Hi everyone, you're welcome to CYSED on the street. My name is Toby Mayana, and with me is
I'm Umulakhayu.
Umar Kaya. How are you doing today?
I'm doing alright. How are you, Mayana?
Very well, thank you. Umar, do you know what this week is?
What's this week?
Normal DPW now.
You have started again. What's DPW?
Normal Data Privacy Week. Yeah, so it's the National Data Privacy Week, and do you know what the theme is?
Try me now.
All right, so Umar, what's the theme for the Data Privacy Week?
This week, the theme for this DPW is going to be take charge of your data.
Yeah, you got that correctly. So this month, we're talking about taking charge of our data and our data privacy. So, Umi, I want to ask you a question. Do you think people actually take data privacy serious in Nigeria?
Nah, we just click on terms and condition.
We just click on it. You still read it.
Do you read it?
Don't worry, I'll let you know at the end of this video. So, but that's why we're out here today, to find out from people. So let's go and hear what people have to say about Data Privacy Week. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, come along, yeah? Yeah, it's going to be on your own permission if you're okay with that. Oh.
Thank you.
Wow, getting people to actually talk about data privacy seems to be very more difficult than we have anticipated, probably because it's not a trending topic. But as fate will have it, we finally found someone to actually talk. That's what is my namesake.
What's your name?
My name is Toby, actually.
Oh, it's my namesake. Yeah. All right, so great stuff. This week is the Data Privacy Week, so we just want to get people's opinion about what data privacy is all about. So, what's data privacy to you?
I mean, like you said, like I think it's in the phrase itself, data privacy, keeping your personal data private, making sure it's not susceptible to being used for nefarious purposes.
All right. So, a quick one now. Have your data, like you provided a data to an organization or a body, has it never been used for anything malicious or something against your own will? Have you ever been in that situation?
Not necessarily, but I've been in situations whereby companies that had my data got hacked.
Whoa, yeah. Okay. So how did you feel about that? Did you feel your data was exposed? What was your own reaction when you had that, okay, that company got hacked and your data was with them?
Honestly, my first thought was to try to reset any passwords and try to see what the potential fallout could be.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, even if they apologize or maybe even get a refund later, the damage is already done. So you have to try to stop the bleeding, I guess. If that's the right word.
That's actually quite sharp, man. That's quite sharp.
That's the first thing.
All right. So now I just have 4 questions I want to ask you. So I want to know if you have been in that situation before, because Nigerians most times we are just falling within that time frame, or should I say those things. Now, do you read terms and conditions before you click accept?
Not every time, to be honest.
Not every time.
Yeah.
All right. So have you ever dropped your phone number or your account number for a giveaway online?
Never.
All right. So in celebration of Mother's Day, Father's Day, have you ever I drop your mother's name, probably unintentionally online just to celebrate her?
Nah, never. Social media is not that serious.
Okay. All right. So the last one is, have you ever gotten a message from a loan shark app that one of your persons is owing debt, or rather you were called that someone is owing a debt or something?
Text, yes. Call, no.
Okay, text. You've gotten a text about that. So what do you feel about that? Is that the right way to go out in terms of data privacy?
I think it's unethical.
Okay.
But I think the companies will make an argument for, well, that's what they signed up for. But I believe it's unethical because it's very embarrassing. It's very demeaning. I don't patronize such companies, and thankfully I've never had the need to do that. But yeah, it's very demeaning.
Okay.
And I've seen people involved in such a, and it's because I've seen them literally make up lies about people just to kind of embarrass them into paying the money back. At the end of the day, a lie is not going to bring money out of thin air
at all.
So what is wrong is wrong. So yeah.
All right, great stuff. Thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it. So please just tell them Happy Data Privacy Week.
Happy Data Privacy Week.
Thanks very much. All right. So now you've had that from Toby. So he's quite very knowledgeable about this stuff. Like he has said, the first thing to do when you discover a data breach is just to change all your credentials ASAP so that everything is now safe. Because if you leave it like that, if you just go hack, you collect everything with your account. All right, peace and love. Let's go find the next person. Cheers.
Okay, so good afternoon, sir. I'm Umulakhayu, and this is CYSED on the streets. We are going to talk about data privacy. So what's your name?
My name is Jimmy.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, same here.
So, we just want to ask you a few questions that.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, want to know, have you ever, like, do you know anything about data privacy, by the way? Or what do you think data privacy is about?
I cannot say yes and I cannot say no, but to me, what it means from my own perception,
Yeah.
I think data privacy is as in something like no, as in try and be secretive
Okay.
about your data.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. So, I just want to ask you a few questions. So, you tell me if
Yeah.
you've done any of these things.
Okay.
Okay. So, have you posted your account number online or your phone number online for a giveaway? Maybe someone's give you money, so you just posted it online.
Yeah, several
Oh, okay.
on Twitter.
Have you accepted the terms and condition without reading it?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay. So, have you posted your mom's name or your dad's name to celebrate them for that Father's Day, Mother's Day,
Yeah, several.
or birthday? Oh, okay. So, these things basically are things that when you do them, you give your data out to people and it gives them room to track you unknowingly. So, for this one, data privacy is telling you to take charge of your data and you should be cautious about the things that you put online.
Okay, are we from henceforth? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just want you to say to the camera, Happy Data Privacy Week.
Happy Data Privacy Week.
Hi, hello, good afternoon. Excuse me.
Your camera shy. Oh my god.
Time, but Umil, apparently not many people want to talk about data privacy.
Very true. I'm actually surprised. Like, I actually thought we were going to have a lot of people come to say, I know this about data privacy. I know this about data privacy. But everyone is just like, no.
Probably that's the data privacy.
True. See the information online.
Alright.
Actually.
So probably it's just because it's not the trending topic per se. So probably that's why people are just a little bit skeptical.
Is it because we're
about
not doing a skit?
Who knows? Probably we're not doing a skit. Maybe we'll change our model, But
Yeah.
we can still actually talk about data privacy to our
That's true.
online viewers, all right? So
That's very true. We got you
we are
guys.
saying take charge of your data as well.
Yeah.
And with that, we're telling you don't just click on
That
accept
link.
and that link.
Yeah.
All right, be mindful of where you actually post your information.
Don't post your family information online.
All right, and don't actually fill forms that you don't know the origin from.
Exactly.
So it might just be used to harvest your data.
And be careful of where you put your location as well.
Yeah, that's true. You're posting something, you don't necessarily need to put the location and
Yeah.
just
I'm still gonna like the picture anyway.
yeah, definitely we are going to like the picture. All right, and lastly,
That giveaway that they're telling you to drop your account number for, don't do it.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
So it's just used to gather information. All right. So
Yeah,
stay
there's somebody tracking you right now. You don't know.
safe. All right. So please
Take charge of your data. Happy Data Privacy Week.
Just peace and love.
Peace and love from CYSED.
All right.
Yay!
You can find I don't know what I'm eating there, Sha, but I have a lot in my mind. All right, so stay tuned, man. Right, so since we're able to just talk to only two persons with labored so many rejections, so we decided to embark on an adventurous journey to find another perspective to data privacy. We're trying to look at it from a professional angle. So finally, Lagos traffic. Yeah, so we are currently at the building where we're going to be talking to our own very own cybersecurity expert. Yeah, so this is my first time entering the elevator, so that's why you see I have to shine my teeth bright. Say cheese, thank you. All right, so this is us coming into the building to get this started, but apparently my guy said no, we're not going to get started immediately with this interview, or rather this discussion. All right, so you have to come into the kitchen and let us get some coffee before we get started. Tell you for a fact, cybersecurity people are really nice people. See, very nice and warm welcome. Guys, so stay tuned with us as we talk about data privacy. Cheers.
All right, so good morning, everyone. You are welcome to the Data Privacy Week, and it's a pleasure to be here today. And this Data Privacy Week, the theme for this year is take control of your data. So, talking to me today is a senior security specialist, network security specialist. Is my very own big boss, and he's going to be talking to us about how to stay safe online. So, sir, can we kindly meet you this morning?
Yes, good morning. My name is Chukwudi Theodore. I'm the solutions architect with Cisco, and I manage country digital acceleration for West Africa. I also support the growth and awareness of Cisco Networking Academy, and I enjoy what I do.
All right, so thank you very much for that excellent introduction. You see, his rap sheet is quite very long and extensive. All right, so the theme of this year is take control of your data. All right, so the first question I want to ask you is that, given the fact that we are in this high internet era, whereby the internet penetration is quite very high and the data that is being used is quite high, so do you think people have enough control over their personal data in today's digital age?
So, individual controls are, tailored to some factors, and these factors are either maybe legal framework, technology advancement, or individual choices. But I'm going to focus on individual choices and technology advancement. I mean, we're in the age where a lot of systems and processes depend on the internet, and you have to give out some kind of data. Now, considering our National Data Protection Act, individuals should be able to understand what they should give out, how they should give out this information, and what level of protection they have, on these platforms, on this environment. Also, I feel individuals should have also some level of awareness, and this awareness, is tailored to making them, understand that whatever platform they are providing their data to, or whatever instance they are sharing their data on, is, fully protected, and they are guided by this national act.
This is more personalized, you understand? So, given the fact that you as an individual use several online online solutions. Now, have you ever been in a situation whereby your data was misused, or let's say it was misused by a body you trusted? For instance, you provided your information and it was misused. Have you ever been in such situation?
Not by a body I trusted. In my own case, it was an individual who used my second phone number. I'm not going to mention the telco. He used it to get a loan app, or use it for a third-party verification. But at the end of the day, I had to discard, that number, just to make sure that it has nothing to do with me anymore. That was before NIN and all of that. But I think further security measures should be provided by these bodies that require a lot of data from individuals for either verification or know who your customer is. And I think it all boils down to this national act, which is our National Data Protection Act, taking real effect on these people. So our regulation bodies in the country should do the right thing, in making sure that these guys are actually keeping, data as protected as possible.
Give and take. You need to give your data to get more data, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah? All right. So, given that give and take scenario, now, how do you strike a balance, you as an individual, in the ease of convenience and the ease of use of using online platforms, online technology, and also maintaining your own privacy? How do you strike that balance? Because you go to some platforms, it's either you accept it or not. If you don't, they'll say, well, you can't use our technology. So how do you strike that balance for yourself?
I'm I'm sure of what you're saying. You're making reference to cookies and some of these things.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So if I'm providing you information in the first place, I should be comfortable, right? So if I'm comfortable providing you for your information, you should as well tell me how protected I am, or what laws are guiding the information
data.
that you store, or data at rest, or things like that. So that's why you see financial organizations or FSIs or financial institutions go through audits, go through there's this other one they do, I'm trying to recall, they do ISO certifications and the rest of them, these things. Yes, and so I should feel protected. So if I feel protected, then I should be able to give you the information you're looking for. So in terms of data handling, our regulation body should do better in terms of making sure that we have a centralized data, then also creating awareness for people to understand that, look, NIN is something you should have, so that you can use it to provide information to these third parties. Also, these third parties should make sure that they are doing the right thing, and they can only do the right thing by following regulations, and to make sure that these bodies that are checkmating them are doing the right thing as well with them.
All right. I like the fact that you made mention of data centralization. That's at this point in time where we don't need to still keep providing all these our PIIs to different organizations.
Exactly.
The governing bodies like the CBN, like the NIMC, already have our data. So just a special identification is just supposed to be needed.
Yeah, which is what the essence of NIN is in the first place, to my own understanding. Right? So if I have my NIN, I should, be able to, transact around the country. All I just need is my NIN. NIN is attached to me. Either I'm using whatever telco I'm using, or whatever system I'm using. I should be able to impute my NIN, and my NIN calls up all my information. So if the institution requires a third-party verification, I could do it just thumbprint, just to call up my data again, and that should be fine.
Given all this that you've said, now I want to put some individuals in perspective now. Let's say the unlearned, our uneducated aunts, uncles, mothers. Now, how do you think they can enhance their own data privacy? How do you think they can do this thing? Because some of them might not be too tech savvy. So, and they are the ones that actually fall prey to things like this the more.
Yeah.
So how do you think at some point, how can they better enhance their own security?
Yeah, so in our age, we are more technology savvy. Yeah. So I think we should leverage on our own, our own generation to make sure that the generation above us is protected. So our generation is more technology savvy. So we should educate our parents what they should give out, what they shouldn't give out. I mean, I was expecting to see, a lot of flyers, a lot of jingles, and a lot of videos going out, considering that this month is data privacy month and we're supposed to take charge of our data. I mean, I've not seen any official video from, I don't want to mention names, but I mean, things like that will help them because, they have smart devices, at least smartphones, so they can watch these videos, and we as well help them at least to some extent have strong passwords and tell them what to give out and what not to give out. And if they are not sure, they can always revert back to us to ask. So we are like their backbone in terms of data protection.
Wow, I really like the fact that you're bringing it back home. That means we individuals, we tech savvy, are the backbones of the elderly generation right now. So we are the one that should give them that knowledge.
It's actually our responsibility.
Our responsibility.
Exactly. It's our responsibility.
All right. So this month, we are not only taking control of our data, we are taking control of the data of the people around us, our loved ones, our elderly ones.
Exactly.
All right. So how would you advise someone looking to take better control of their personal data? Take, for instance, someone that is using technology. So how do I just take control of it? Are there measures I put in place to ensure that my data is in full control?
I would break it down into do's and don'ts.
Okay.
I'll start with the do's before we look at the don'ts. So the do's are obviously use unique and strong passwords. I mean, not everybody should be using 10 characters. Not everybody should be using 12 or 13 characters, but make sure that it combines uppercase, lowercase, special characters, and numbers. Just to have a little bit of complication, or a little bit of hard to guess passwords. Don't use date of birth. Don't use your age. Don't use your first name and last name. I mean, just do something arbitrary. Something very funny. Then if you can make it a bit lengthy, I'm not saying everybody should have these characters like troops, but I mean, just make it a little bit complex. Then 2FA, like 2FA is very important right now, and they are free applications, so free. They are free out there. You could use Microsoft Authentication, you could use Duo, which is Cisco, you could use Google Authentication. They are all there for you to use. I mean, just add that extra step of security. Then regular software updates. I mean, we're too busy, we're too young, to go and check our App Store, on our Play Store, just to update our softwares. I would also recommend that. Then setting permissions and the level of permission apps have on our phones or on our smart devices or websites are also very important. Then we don't read privacies. We don't read privacy policies. We don't read privacy policies, so we're looking at that should improve as well. I mean, they are very long writings and very very lengthy, but we don't read them. But I mean, reading them also saves us some level of protection.
All right.
So now the don'ts. Try not to give out unnecessary information. If the website is not asking for your phone number, I mean, if it's not a required information, why should you provide your phone number? That's a red flag. Then be careful not to click on suspicious links. They could ask you for some information that are not needed. Use of public computers and Wi-Fi's are dangerous. I mean, be careful how. I mean, cyber cafes are not. I don't think we have cyber cafes anymore. Do we still have? I'm not sure we do, because I mean, internet is affordable right now, and that's kind of missing out. So we should be careful how we use public Wi-Fi's in this era. Then one of these that is a pandemic is saving passwords on browsers. Very, very wrong. I mean, there could be session hijacking. There could be somebody just you could have a Trojan on your system without your knowledge. And the person is just recording your screen, waiting for some level of signatures that are mapped, to just pop up, and the person is, screen grabbing your passwords, and you find out that you're locked out of a secure system that you think you're comfortable with. So, I mean, do not save your password on your browsers. And lastly, make sure that your applications, make sure that your device, is physically locked. Either by providing a pattern or a password, or recent laptops use fingerprints. So I think you can stay safe.
All right, thank you very much for that. One of the very key highlight things you made mention of reading terms and conditions and permissions. Most times people don't even read the permissions, they just accept.
Yeah.
And they don't know that is like literally handing someone the key to the kingdom of your data, or just take it.
Yeah.
Because most of these loan apps now, when you want to sign up, they'll ask you for access to your contact list, but you don't know they're asking access. So you wonder, how do they send text to my brother somewhere that I'm owing them, or some person that
exactly.
It's got the kind of permissions that has been granted to them. All right, so now we've been talking more of individuals. Now I want us to shift our gaze now to corporations. All right, given the fact that we're in a data-driven era, and some of these big organizations make use of data. So how do you think organizations now can better educate their users about data privacy? All right, in regards to, okay, this is the data we're getting and this is how we use it. So how do you think organizations can better educate their user and better handle this data that they get from?
I mean, one of the best ways, one of the most efficient ways that has worked over time is awareness. Companies should provide as much awareness as possible, to make sure that their staff is well educated and equipped, to understand what corporate data is and the level of data that should leave the organization. Also, some companies go further to implement things like DLP, data loss prevention. So before an email leaves, the corporate environment, you make sure that it doesn't carry, information that is supposed to be left out. Also, we could do role-based access control, which means you're not supposed to send some level of files if you're not in certain departments. So let me give you an instance. If you're in the financial department, you can send financial documents to some people within the organization, without any two-step authentication. But if you're sending outside the organization, there should be somebody else, who permits if that mail should go out or not. I mean, in the corporate environment, it's well controlled, so, but awareness should still be something that is a regular thing, maybe 3 times, once every 3 months or once every quarter. I think once every quarter makes sense, and you should also control phishing emails, and that should be, I think for me, that works for corporate environments.
All right. So this is just the last one. So for the viewers at home and viewers all about, so what's that last one thing you just want to say to them about data privacy?
Yeah, so it's Data Privacy Month, and I look forward to a more safer Nigeria when it comes to data. And I wish everybody safe surfing online, and happy Data Privacy Month. Thank you.